Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new league racing video. This is round number 5 of the IronMan League Championship, and today we are racing around the Hungary ring in Hungary, Budapest. And as you can see, it's full wet conditions as we head into round number 5. Last week out in Bahrain we managed to win the race, so make sure to go and check that race out if you haven't already. But now, full wet conditions for the opening few laps of round number 5, and it is lights out and away we go. Decent initial start, not great, but we managed to get off the line in P17, and we're straight away gonna go on the attack. We fake a move down the inside, go around the outside, a little bit over the grass as we get squeezed there. So we run a little bit wide, obviously, after running on the grass, but we didn't really any lose positions there. We've actually managed to get up here to P13 for a moment there. It's 3 wide into this left-hander, but we've got the inside, which is going to turn to the outside for this one. And honestly, I don't mind this, because we're going to get so much more momentum on the outside, and we get a good run on Norby Zabo.
I'm the best of all time. I don't know, everything went great.
We now go down the inside of Norby up to P10, and yeah, as you can hear Danny say, we actually had a great start here. P17 to make that P8 as we go for a double move in the chicane. A little bit of a tap there as we almost spin around. But yeah, up to P8. Did lose a bit of time there with that double move. And we leave just enough space for B Danny there. And yeah, P17 to P8 in the space of 1.5 sectors in this race. Yeah, couldn't wish for a better start, honestly. I think there's not much more in it in wet conditions without really any incidents as well. It's not like we gained that many positions by incident, we just gained that many positions by overtake. So, great start. And now we've got Zoltan Boda ahead of us. Zoltan is very close to being esports pace, maybe like 3-4 tenths off, so he's not going to be easy to pass, especially in wet conditions on the Hungary ring. But now the Ferrari getting overtaken by Zoltan, that gives us a little opportunity perhaps to go for a move somewhere in this lap, and yeah, trying to find my way around. There's not really a spot to overtake in the middle sector unless someone makes a mistake in one of the corners, and of course full wet conditions, everyone is very prone to mistakes. Let's have a little look down the inside of the Ferrari ahead of us. Purple first sector as we go for the move down the inside, as the Ferrari left the door open a little bit there after we got a good run out of the fast left-hander. Now we got Zoltan Boda again ahead of us, and up to P6 we are, as I think one of the Haas cars have boxed for a new front wing perhaps. I think that's Ula Zilderim, Haas F1 Esports driver. So another position gained for us there, very good. And soon we are gonna go and look at some intermediates, but we might be like 5-10 laps out from that. So we can just fully push on these wets, completely destroy them. As soon we go on to a fresh set of inters anyway. So no tire saving here, just flat out pushing, qualifying lap after qualifying lap, as we try and take a little bit of a different line to Zoltan Boda into the final corner, but he does the same, trying to get past Ben's Iles, and Istvan Puki in the lead, who did do qualifying actually, in the lead by like 3 seconds. Me and my teammate Danny Risney always start last in this league because it's more fun, and now we send it down the inside of Ben's Iles. Little bit of a moment on the entry as I'm trying to get the power down, and you can see we got a shorter run up to turn 2. And we can go around the outside. We actually are completely ahead by the time we get to the corner. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy, P5 it is. And another Red Bull ahead of us in P3. And we only like 4 seconds of the leader, 5 maybe. So we're not far away. Chana Kinsey in P2. Basically F1 Esports driver. I think he is test driver for Alfa Romeo. But yeah, very fast driver as well, as the Red Bull goes off track after going side by side through the chicane. Not an easy chicane to go side by side, and now we see the opportunity to go for a move side by side, and we just slightly get a better exit, almost lose the backhand and up to P4 we go. And now we're behind Zoltan Boda once again. And yeah, he's at a really good couple of laps as well. He's flying at the moment on those wets. As Thomas behind us tries to make a move on the Red Bull. Let's see if we can go for a move perhaps at the end of turn 1. And as you can see, we skipped to the next lap. So we did not make a move in turn 1, but we're going to try it again. Going on to the straight. See if we can maybe nab a fastest lap here. I don't think we can, because we were stuck behind Zoltan. And now we're gonna go for the move. You can see we're draining our battery. And around the outside we go up to P3. And
oh my god, I got a lucky safety car ever.
That safety car timing was perfection. We were just ahead.
So
Might have
man.
lost out.
I really struggled overtaking Zoltan.
Yeah, we might have lost out on the exit there because we went quite wide, but because the safety car came out when we were ahead, we got to keep the position, so we were really lucky there. As Chan is...
Is this allowed? Yeah, this is allowed.
Going very slowly on pit entry there. I think he wasn't sure if he was going to box or not. And us boxing there was, as far as I'm aware, legal. As we get past the safety car line and into the pits, you're allowed to overtake, of course. So up to P2 we go. And in 5 laps we went from P17 to P2 in a league race. So
I was
crazy.
fast on pit entry. I think you can get Thomas. Oh no, maybe not. I got P2. I overtook Chan on pit entry.
Yeah, I lost like half a second, not too much. I think I didn't lose position.
I questioned myself doing it because I was like, is this allowed? But
So yeah, up to P2 we go, and at the end of lap 7 we're gonna restart on new intermediates, the entire grid on intermediates of course, as Istvan is trying to create a gap to the safety car, or just trying to get the right moment to restart. This was probably not the only safety car that's gonna happen this race, so we just want track position at the moment, so we're gonna try and go for the move on Istvan straight away. Try and get a lead right here on the safety car restart. We're gonna go around the outside in turn 1, brake much later, but we're on a little bit wide, and yeah, there's just no grip there relative to the racing line on F1 23. So not really be able to make a move there. Maybe next time I need to try and keep it a bit tighter, but Istvan was quite far ahead going into the corner, so I couldn't really take a tighter line, as yeah, there was just no space because Istvan was right there. But on the next lap we're just gonna try it again until we manage to. We got more than enough ERS, 87%, so basically a full battery. And on the attack we are gonna go fastest lap for Istvan of course, and now we're gonna send it from a long way back, but Istvan braked even later, and I was like, oh, hold up for a second, we're not gonna make the corner, and thank you very much. Up to P1 we go, as Istvan made a slight mistake there and gave us the position. So up to P1 we go. Took us just over 8 laps to get into P1. Just over 6 laps of racing if you don't count the safety car. And purple first sector for us there of course, as the track is drying and drying. We will go eventually onto slicks of course. So on to lap 14 we go. You can see we got a 1 second gap more or less to Istvan Pukki. We got a fast lap as well, but it is very dry at this point and many people have already boxed for slicks, so we're going to be doing the exact same and go for a new set of slicks. Now, usually on a drying track you want the softer compound because they heat up easier.
Oh.
But
the pit board says 60, but it's actually 80. It put me off so much.
We are going to go onto the hards, simply because I'm expecting another safety car.
I've gone for hards because I think there's definitely going to be a safety car at some point.
And yeah. As I just repeated myself, I just felt like there was going to be another safety car. It's a very short track, a lot of corners, so big chance of a safety car, big chance of a crash somewhere. And that's why I've gone on to hards. Definitely the worst race tire. Probably softs and mediums are quite a bit better, but
I put soft on to somehow catch up.
I think hards are quite good on Hungary anyway, no?
I don't know, but I was reading a chat and went off the track, nearly broke my ring.
But yeah, our teammate Danny Resnay onto the softs. Looks like the entire grid has gone for softs or mediums apart from us. And yeah, I just want to save my softs and mediums for later on in this race, in case of safety cars or other stuff. And yeah, as you hear me say, hards are not too bad, but they are definitely the worst out of the 3 tires around here. And on lap 17 you can see that Istvan Pukki and Thomas Rona are right behind us on the faster tire, and we need to try and fend them off as long as we can, or maybe just stick in the DRS if they do manage to get past. Used quite a bit on my battery there to make sure that I was far enough ahead of Thomas. I knew I wasn't going to be able to defend from Istvan, but I just wanted to stick in P2, you know? The best places to be in league racing is either P1 or P2 going into the final lap. So that's why I'm fighting this quite hard, trying to keep P2, and we managed to do so for now. But the question is for how much longer, because Thomas behind us on a new set of mediums is going to be lapping quite a bit faster until his tires start to drop off, and that's going to take a while. So yeah, on to the next lap. You can see the gap to Istvan has increased quite a bit in that middle sector, and now I'm not going to fight this anymore because yeah, I'm fighting a losing battle, so it's better to give it up early and give ourselves an opportunity later on in this race. As Thomas actually goes wide there in turn 1, and that gives us the opportunity to go for a little switchback. Didn't want to fight it too hard, but also didn't want to give it up easy. So initially wanted to let him go, but then Thomas made a mistake and I was like, okay, if you really want us to be P2, then we can try, but nah, but there was no way we're going to be able to keep that position forever on those hards. As Thomas definitely got a warning there on the fast left-hander. I think he was really pushing to try and stay in the DRS of Istvan, and that's a warning. And yeah, that's not ideal with a 100% race because it's so easy to get warnings on Hungary. Almost in every single corner you can get track limits. So, and as I say that,
Thomas 3 seconds, Danny.
Thomas got a 3-second penalty for track limits. Now in this league they never remove in-game penalties, so once you get one, you're done. They're not going to remove it. You just need to pull a 3-second gap. So lap 21 now. You can see we're struggling a little bit to stay in the DRS of the cars ahead. Our teammate Danny Resnay has caught up a lot over the past few laps. Of course he's on the softs, so his tires will drop off soon. We've only been 6-7 laps on the slicks.
Okay. I am happy I didn't race the medium.
I'm happy I didn't raise my softs or mediums.
So yeah, 7 laps in and we're going to be boxing again. And now we're going to go on to the softs and try and get our track position back that we lost. Now, I'm really happy.
On to the softs.
Yeah, I'm onto the medium. I tried to save that one for a sprint if there is another safety car or something.
Now, we've gone for a new set of softs, and that means we've got 2 more sets of softs and 2 more sets of mediums. Now, I personally think mediums might be the fastest race tire, so I'm trying to save them for the end. And now get some track position on the restart. So, Istvan and Thomas had the same idea though, and both went for softs. So, let's see how this safety car restart is going to go. And Istvan actually timed it really well and got a great restart compared to me and Thomas. But me and Thomas are going to go side by side into turn 1. Let's see who can brake latest. It's quite equal actually, but I've got the inside line, and that means we have to run slightly less distance. But Thomas now has the inside line for turn 2, and we're going to go all the way around the outside. We got some clean air there on the outside as well. And once again, we're going to go side by side. It's quite tough to go flat out here side by side, but we did manage to, and up to P2 we go. And that is 1 position gained back for us, and that's great news. But it did cost us a lot of ERS to get past there, and that is not ideal, because it's a high downforce track. You recharge the battery quite slowly. So lap 27 now. Let's see if we can get past Istvan. I kind of have to go on the attack here to defend. So that's what I'm going to do. Go around the outside in turn 1. We brake much later, but the marbles don't really give us the opportunity to go around the outside there. And now we might end up losing a position. Had a little look down the inside of Istvan there as Thomas goes around the outside, but Istvan stays ahead and we have lost our position again, unfortunately. So let's see if we can get back later on in this race. We have to recharge our battery a little bit for like 2 or 3 laps before we can go for it again.
Look at the gap to the rest of the field.
And yeah, as you can hear me say there, the gap to the rest of the field is crazy big. Almost a pit stop distance, I think, to like P6. As yeah, I was trying to save my tires a little bit because the softs do drop off quite hard. So that's why I'm quite far back to Istvan, who also used a lot of his battery trying to stay in the DRS of Thomas, and he didn't make it. So we're gonna have to catch back up. Otherwise, Thomas will run away with his race. So we do have Danny, our teammate, behind us on the faster mediums by now. He is gonna go faster and faster relative to us. So we're gonna go in the attack here, try to overtake Istvan, and then hope Danny can go with us, overtake us, and then pull us towards Thomas again. Because it's really hard to catch back up to someone who's very equal on pace. And now Danny is ahead of us.
You are ahead.
And that's exactly what we wanted. To get Danny ahead, me and P3. And then Danny can kind of...
How much ERS you have?
32 now.
Pull us ahead on the faster tire. And yeah, a few laps later you can see we did manage to do that. I don't have any ERS left though. Because I had to use all of it to try and stay with Danny. So yeah, the plan did work and was successful as Danny has retired.
Listen, don't worry about it, mate. It can happen to the best of us. Now look, I've put a new strategy option for you in the MFD.
And
have a look.
yeah, the safety car came out as we went past the pit entry. And that means everyone who was like 20-25 seconds behind us got a free pit stop. And we had to wait an entire lap driving behind the safety car before we could go into the pits. And yeah, that means we're gonna drop really far.
They're already there.
That means we're gonna drop really far down the order. And
wait, Danny, are you there?
What happened, man?
I didn't get helped by you.
No way.
Yes, when?
This can only be you. I'm not joking. What is that? I got helped by double stick 2 times this race. You pit behind of me, and it's free. What just happened, man? It's crazy. It must be amazing to be you, man. Must be. You got a nice pace, good girlfriend, and now free pit stops as well. How amazing is that?
And yeah, we got a double stack, probably the fastest double stack ever in the history of Formula 1. Not sure why it happened, but I take it, because we would have lost another 3-4 positions.
Oh, we're still
and yeah, we were unlucky with the safety car timing, but we were really lucky with the double stack there. And now we're gonna restart really late on. We're almost at the start-finish line, and it is a go, go, go. We are in P10 and need to get back to the front of the grid in the next 32 laps. We're gonna go around the outside of a teammate who is in the softs, and we have gone for the mediums. So we should be a little bit slower on the safety car restart here, but we just got such a good turn 1, and now we go down the inside in turn 1. And a little bit argy-bargy, but we managed to gain 2 positions there. And I think Timbo didn't see me and Thomas being side by side on the inside. And up to P7 we go. So a little racing incident here, or there, in turn 2. And now we need to try and...
It was all good. I don't know how we survived.
And now we need to try to find our way past the Red Bull. I had a little look down the inside there, but that's too fast of a corner to send it. The braking zone is way too short to do anything there. And maybe we can do something into the next right hand. Then we're going to turn on the overtake button. The Red Bull goes defensive. We go down the inside and he missed his braking point. So...
Sorry I didn't hit him.
I was a bit confused on what happened there, but we definitely didn't hit. We were really far apart. And now Norby Zabukoni ahead of us. I think family of Ben Sabokoni, considering they have the same last name, and are both racing. But up to P5 we go, and again a great restart just like we had a great start at the opening lap of the race. I think we only had great restarts and starts so far in this race. But now, Takas Gabor ahead of us. We go down the inside in turn 1 and move up to P4. Ben's Ilas up next, and maybe we can go for a move straight away into turn 2, but he's slightly too far ahead. And yeah, we don't really have a chance there. So let's see if we can go for a move on the next lap on the main straight, or maybe even earlier, ideally even earlier. We got Zoltan Boda on the hards in P2. He is probably going towards the end of the race on that set of tires. I am planning to go for another pit stop at some point in this race and maybe snatch away a cheeky little fastest lap as well. So an extra point we get for that, of course, in this league. And Ben Zielert actually gets a huge moment there on the exit, and that gives us P3. And now around 1.5 seconds behind Zoltan Boda. And with DRS being enabled soon, that's going to help us catch Ulas Uzildrim as well. Zoltan did not manage to stay in the DRS of Ulas, and he is going to be quite easy to pass here because he's on the hards, because we have DRS, and we're going to try and get a little bit of a slingshot towards Ulas as well, who's 1.9 seconds ahead of us. And by the end of these 2 DRS zones, that's going to be much less, of course. So the DRS helping us a little bit catching back up. And now our teammate Danny Bresnay up to P4 as well. Sorry if I've been sounding a little bit scruffy in this video. I have been sick for the past week. So now on to lap 51. We managed to get past Ulas. This is not a really important pass, to be honest, because yeah, there's still 20 laps to go. There's going to be different strategies. Ulas might be staying out. We will be boxing. Maybe he boxes on a different lap. So not a really important pass, but the reason I passed him was because we're going to try and pull out the DRS and pull a bigger gap towards the rest of the field, as we will box later on. So ideally I will just be completely free of them and they're not lurking in my DRS the rest of the race, because then it's going to be a last lap battle, and I don't want it to be a last lap battle if we can avoid it and just run away with the race, you know. However, Ulas is an F1 esports driver, so it's not easy to gain basically a second in the space of a lap, because once you get to the next DRS zone, he will be catching back up again, and it's going to be really hard to pull out. So let's see if we get close enough on this lap. You can see the gap is 8-9 tenths across the DRS detection zone, and now the question is, can we build just one or two more tenths on this lap? We're gonna actually need slightly more than 1 or 2 tenths, because Ulas has the DRS on the next 2 straights. You can see the gap has closed to 8 tenths, and that means we have to gain a lot more, but I didn't manage to gap Ulas, unfortunately.
Box this lap, I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna be boxing at the end of this lap for a new set of mediums. As I felt like those mediums were the best tires you can put on. So into the box we go, down to 80 kph. It's the board there says 60 kph, but it's actually 80 kph, which sometimes really confuses me. It's on other tracks the case as well. Not sure why, but into the box we go, and onto the mediums we go. Now let's hope we get some clear air.
I selected the softer strategy because I don't have a fresh medium.
Ah, okay.
I wanted to put that on.
Now out on track we go again. Chana Kinsey ahead of us on all their softs, and that means we're going to be gaining a lot.
Chana's 3 seconds, by the way. He's fun on softs.
And yeah, that means we're going to be gaining a lot of lap time. He's fun, Hookie on softs, and he boxed a few laps earlier than us, so he is going to be faster, but later on in the race his tires are going to start to fall off a lot more relative to ours, and Chan is going a little bit offensive into turn 1. Doesn't really stand a chance while we have DRS though, and up to P5 we go, and up to Takas Gabor we go, 2.7 seconds ahead of us, but next lap we have caught up and are gonna get past him once again. And Istvan 4 seconds ahead of us, and then Zoltan Boda is 6.6 seconds ahead of us. So we're gonna be catching Zoltan a lot earlier than Istvan. Simply because Istvan, his tires are so much faster. And you can see lap 60, the gap to Zoltan is only 2 seconds. And in the next few corners you're gonna see how much we gain on this freshest set of tires. It's just 2-3 tenths per corner basically. And you can't imagine it, but by the time we get to turn 1, we're gonna be past Zoltan. And yeah, we're probably thinking in the middle sector when we just swapped to lap 60 that there was no way we're gonna get past in turn 1, but now we go through the final corner. You can visualize how easy it's gonna be to get past Zoltan into turn 1 with the help of DRS. Danny Bresnia, a teammate behind us on the soft, sending the fastest lap, so that's good for the championship. We are not going to use any DRS because we want Danny to get into our DRS so we can pull him along.
We'll get DRS this lap.
He's on the softs, of course, and even though he boxed later, his tires are going to just be dropping off more than ours because the softs are worse than the mediums on the Hungaroring, as Istvan is now behind Ula Zozildrin.
It's going to be tight action.
And yeah, we boxed like 7 laps ago or 6 laps ago.
Yeah, I got it.
And we've already made up a pit stop distance to Ula Zozildrin with the help of the new tires. And
he's actually defending.
Yeah, Istvan going on the attack to Ula's. Ula's defending, and they actually touched in turn 1 there. And past we go on the switchback.
Thank you, I guess.
I'm not even sure if I can call it a switchback, but we take it up to P1 we go. And now we're gonna try and pull out of DRS to Istvan Pukki so that Dan can get past Istvan easier. Of course, Istvan has all the tires, is on the softs, so his tires fall off faster relative to ours. Softer tires, of course, more grip, but also more tire wear, and that means you can't do as many laps on them. So we are going to be faster at this point. And yeah, you just hear me say to Danny, I'm going to be pulling out of DRS so you can get past, and then we can just drive information to the finish. 1.1 seconds the gap now, and that's only going to increase over the next few corners, and then Danny will be able to get past, and we're going to be bringing home the maximum amount of points. So onto the straight we go, 1.5 seconds the gap, and yeah, before Danny gets to the braking point, he's going to be ahead, as you can see there, already into P2. And now, yeah, we could just chill for the last 5 laps. There were some people on Danny's stream who said that Danny should have gone for it on me in the last few laps, but our tires were just so much faster that yeah, there was just no chance Danny was gonna be able to get past us in the last few laps. You can see in the last lap I actually pulled a bit of a gap to Danny because we had so much. I just had so much more grip relative to Danny. So across the line we go. We actually didn't get the fastest lap.
Mayor, you are the race winner of the Hungarian GP. Well done.
Thank you, Danny. We cooked.
Yeah, we cooked. You see, shit set up, awesome results. That's the secret.
But yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the fast lap as I just said. But that's alright, you know. We still brought home 43 points, which is good enough for the championship. Ferrari only had 1 car in the points, Haas P4, P5, so good points gained to the rest of the grid. I think we actually might be leading the driver standings as well, so that's great news. We're leading the constructors, and yeah, another great race. We started off the IronMan League season a little bit bad with a disconnected Monza, had some crashes in Monza as well, got front wing damage if I remember correctly. But we managed to turn it around great, and now we're leading both championships. So hope you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Ciao.